Welcome to the Commute. I'm Shannon.
I am Andrew.
Let me check, make sure we have all of our speakers on. We're
That was
good.
a pretty rough one.
We're good. Okay, so today, Jordan likes us to do some chit chatting first. Yeah. What's been going on, Andrew?
So yesterday I found this 1994 Jeep Wrangler 2-door that I really want to buy. Jeep. It's $5,000. It's got 181,000 miles on it. That's been kind of on my mind since about 6 o'clock last night. Gonna go drive it today.
Which it is stick shift.
Stick shift, yeah. So Big John's gonna drive it today, not me, 'cause I don't know how to drive stick shift.
So we're gonna buy a car that we don't know how to drive.
But I want to learn how to drive stick shift. So it seems like
might as well do it on a $5,000 vehicle that is a Jeep.
exactly.
Did you? And you said you wanted it so you could put the dogs in, drive around.
Yeah, because when I do get my Tesla, when I get it,
can't wait to have our Tesla.
I don't have anything like to carry the dogs around in if we want to go somewhere, go to the park. So, soft top Jeep, but it's not a soft top; it's hard top, which I think is fine because I could just buy a soft top.
Yeah, and they're cheap. They're only like $1,200, something like that, and it's a 2-door.
So cheap. It's going to be like a third of the price of my vehicle. So cheap.
And to replace the seats, it's only like $200 to $300.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that until like I made sure that it was going to be like sustainably running for a while.
Yeah.
But it'd be a nice, like, I like to work on, like, I never minded, like, when we owned a landscaping company, working on, like, the lawnmowers, even if it took, like, 2 hours, just, like, getting a problem and, like, figuring it out.
Do you know that one problem you tried to figure out on the car? Remember? It's like an oil change situation.
Well, listen, I can't help when freaking Ford puts my oil filter on way too tight, and it's just a pain in my butt. So,
okay.
Got the sun here.
There's a. You want your glasses back?
No, that's right. I don't know where I put them. So anyway, yeah. There they are. But anyway, so I do like that aspect of it because I like learning about how to save myself money when it comes to working on vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that can be your hobby.
It is. I like it.
It can be a pastime.
I have like that engineer's brain where I like to, or like that mechanical brain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here's a problem.
Let me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like it.
Man, we could go somewhere with that, but I'm not going to.
That's what I try to do with people too, amen. Sometimes it's a problem that you think you fix the problem, and you uncover 4 more problems.
I'm gonna change my personality. I'm gonna start running from problems.
Yeah. Be the cow, not the bison.
If that is an issue about trying to fix people, I need to stop that. Can't fix them. Can't fix people.
Can't fix them, but you like when people. There are people though that are unaware of their problems.
You think?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
They're unaware that they're stupid.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I think so.
Or
I think that they live in this bubble. Like maybe in the back of their minds they know about it, but I don't think they like. I don't think they realize just like how far gone they are. If you're listening, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't know. There actually is probably 5 people wrapped up in that one statement.
Not for me. There's only one.
No way. There's at least 3. I just named 3 in my head right now.
That's probably fair.
So yeah. So okay, Jeep. We're back to Jeeps. So if Andrew gets his Jeep, he will be part of the Watkins Real Estate Jeep Club. And so we have a Jeep group text because at one point there was only like 50 agents and 12 of us had Jeeps. You'd come to our office and it looked like a Jeep dealership. So yeah, you'll get to join that club. I think there's 8 of us, 8 or 9. Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Yeah, I need to look at that. I think it's 8 or 9.
How often do you guys like talk in that group text?
At least maybe once a week, once every other week. We share our ducks when we get ducks. We share pictures of Jeeps when we see one. When I was at that Jeep fest, I shared pictures and video.
Fun stuff.
It's so much fun. Maybe that could be my hobby.
Jeep stuff?
Yeah, Jeep stuff.
I mean, it could be. I think your hobby needs to be something more that you have to focus in on. I think the issue with you with hobbies is your ADHD or ADD. I don't know which one it is.
ADD.
your ADD just comes up where you're like, this is stupid. I want to think about this because this is a problem that I'm having. Right? Like, this is a real problem. This is just fun stuff. And I don't have time to think about fun stuff.
Right.
You need to figure out, like, somehow you need to trick your brain into realizing the value of the fun stuff. Right? Like, that is.
But I'm good if we travel. I will completely turn off.
And so then you like to experience new things.
Yeah.
So what hobby is? But, like, any hobby is your experience. Like, if you do pottery, you're building something brand new. How is that not experiencing a new thing?
Because it's another bowl, another cup, another vase, another.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, maybe I just need to spend my life traveling.
Maybe it gets expensive.
Well,
what about golf? You could always hit a new, nice, different shot. That would listen. We were talking earlier about if you like had 25 million cash, would you stop working? I would be definitely yes, because you could make 5% on that a year and have $1 million a year. I would just join a freaking country club and just golf every day.
Really?
Yeah. So I can join Green Valley Golf Course. Kendi trying to get me to join for $300 a month.
I know, he told me.
$300 a month. That's pretty cheap, though.
It is, and you get all those. Oh wait, is that the one that you get all the courses?
Yeah, all 5 of them.
I thought it was like a flat fee.
Yeah, it is $300 a month.
No, I thought it was like annual, like.
There is no initiation fee. It's just $300 a month. You get 5 courses. Range.
There's
you go to the range for free. I know, I'm only going 55.
Just giving you a heads up.
And yeah.
Oh, he's just sitting this part there.
He's trying to get me to go, but I just don't think I don't know if I'd be able to play enough to make it worth it.
Well, I mean, what about your working out? When are you going to start that again?
See, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I'll just golf instead. I'll walk the course.
It's not a workout.
Have you ever walked a course?
Yes.
It's a workout.
It's
I carry my bag?
Not a workout.
That's false.
You're using the same muscles every time. You're not
my legs and my back and my arms and my chest?
No, you've got to work out all the muscles.
I don't know about
all
that.
of it. Yeah, you do.
Wow.
You do.
Anyways.
Did you sign up for that eating plan that I sent you?
Yeah, I can't sign it up till June 27th. That's when they release new memberships.
That's right.
I already
Because they do a 3-month thingy jig. All right. Well, I guess
sign up for it.
We wasted 7 minutes chit chatting.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, and now Jordan wants us to finally talk about business.
Yeah, now we'll get yelled at for talking too much about chit chatting, which we could have just recorded our whole conversation last hour.
Did I say anything that I wouldn't want?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, someone was like, "You guys just need to videotape your office, like just constantly have."
Who told us that? Someone said it like 3 times.
Judge
Parker.
Judge Parker. That's right.
He's like, not a judge.
Right. I like the name Judge. I'm down with that name.
Aaron Judge.
Just Judge.
I think this year I want to go to New York City and go to a Yankees game.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I gotta find a weekend.
That'd be fun. So, anyways, okay. Property management. We're avoiding work.
Lady cop?
The home of the. What? Did you were you just sexist just then?
It was jokingly just to get that reaction. Joke, hand up, accountability.
I really would love to be a female empower, like a cop.
You
or
are. What are you talking about?
No, like a badass one, like I can pull you over and give you a ticket.
I mean, sure, you could just go to cop school.
Hey, that's Mike. I know you. I don't know why there's so many cops out. Is it just for that gymnasium? Anyways.
Oh, probably graduation today.
Oh, you're right. All right.
Property management.
Property management is our topic, our real topic. If you made it this far in the podcast of our chit chat. So property management, like why would you want to use a property manager? How much does it cost and all of that? So I can start with my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2007, 2008, when the market crashed, I got stuck with a lot of flips, and then we had to do property management with them, or I had to rent them. And I was acting as the property manager. And then I learned really quick in that November that I am not a good property manager when I own the property, because I would have tenants call and say, my baby's sick. How am I going to buy Thanksgiving dinner? I have no money. And then I would say, okay, it's fine.
Poor Mark.
And then here I am paying for someone else to have Thanksgiving dinner because I'm paying their rent because, it was stupid. So So
Just got too big of a heart, Shan.
we hired a property management company, and I don't want to say they're heartless, but their job is to protect my asset.
For real?
And so therefore, he's talking about the car. So therefore, they would not put up with that and they would evict them.
Yeah.
And I'm actually good if it's your property.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's your property and the person's not paying because I'm there to protect you and your money.
Yeah.
So, but I just found out I wasn't good with my own personal. Now, that might not be the case for everyone.
I would be the exact same way.
Yeah.
I would be the exact same way. I would be like, oh, I can not make an extra $1,000 this month just for this person to be able to live. And But we don't realize those people are
typically taking advantage.
Yeah.
So,
they're trying to play that
sympathy card. Yeah. So, but then the other side of it is if you're the type of person you feel like that's not your problem, like you have no issues kicking them out, collecting money, great. But then you have the time consuming portion and the laws. Like even if you just own one property and you're the landlord, you do not have rights to just go in that property.
Yeah.
So we have one of our clients, he was actually sued by his tenant for going onto the property without permission, and her teenage daughter was there, and she obviously alluded to some other stuff, but he was like, okay, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, people are crazy. And we were like, yeah, people are crazy. So if you don't know the laws, like it's a bad place to be. And then the time, I got a light bulb out, leaky faucet. There's so much that goes into property management that it's so much easier to just pay the 10% and let somebody manage it.
Yeah.
So I guess fees, you want to talk about fees?
Yeah. So pretty standard is that for full first month's rent.
Goes
like if you so it just depends on if you have to find the tenant or do you have the tenant already and you want someone to take over and actually manage the property.
Right.
So if you have to find the tenant, property management company usually charges the full first month's rent and then 10% a month after that.
Yeah.
And that's just because they got to screen the tenants, they got to do the full move in, they got to do they have a lot of work they have to do on that front end, and it takes up a ton of time.
Oh yeah.
Because
all your inspections too.
All your tenant screenings, everything like that.
And there's cost, right? There. I mean, we pass the fee to the for the credit report stuff to the renter, but there's still costs like associated with programs and marketing and all of that.
Right.
So really, like your first month's rent, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
If you're getting a higher quality tenant and you're getting someone to deal with the headaches.
Yeah.
And in our area right now, rents are high enough that typically paying that out is still leaving you in a potentially good, profitable situation.
Yeah.
So, now, bad property management companies.
I don't really know. That would be more of a you question. For me, it's more, what does the property management company offer and why you should use it? Mm-hmm. I think the tenant screening is a huge one. Right.
But all property management companies are going to do that to a degree.
Right. But do they do it actually?
Typically, I would say yes, because in essence, they are supposed to provide the landlord with, here's their credit report, here's their criminal history, here's their pet stuff.
Yeah.
Can people sneak and be shady? Yes. But for the most part, they should at least be doing that.
Yeah.
I think your inspections are important. A lot of property management companies, they do a move-in inspection and a move-out inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Like our property management company, we do a 6-month check-in.
Yeah.
That way we put our eyes on that property. One, if they tell you that 3 people are going to be living there, you need to kind of make sure 3 people are living there.
Yeah.
If they tell you they have 1 pet and it's a 6-pound Yorkie, and then you go there,
2 Rottweilers.
right? Yeah. So there's reasons that you want that 6 month. So many property management companies do not do that.
Yeah.
And they charge the same as what we do, which is first month's and 10%.
Right.
So I think you want to know about that. I think you want to know how they handle repairs, because one of my property management companies that I was with, they would handle all the repairs. If it was $300 or less, they had freedom to handle it, like not even call me. They would just tell me after the fact, like
Right.
on your monthly invoice, hey, we did this. Well, at one point, I had had this property with this property management company for like 4 years. I went into it when we were ready to sell it. They had there was like 3 different leaks in this house, and they patched everything.
Oh, geez.
They put sticky floor tile down in the bathroom. They pulled up the tile and put down sticky floor. And now, granted, it was only $300, but
Right.
I would have opted to do 500, 600, 700.
Right. Yeah. For an actual repair.
Right. To actually put tile back. So, you really want to know like how they're handling repairs. You also don't want to be bothered constantly either.
Yeah.
So, you kind of take the good with the bad. Like, so I have some landlords, they want to know every single detail. They don't want us to handle anything without, going to them first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we finally had to stop that because now you're spending 3-4 weeks talking over a couple $100.
Right.
And you can't do that.
And then you're not even because then you're, as a property management company, you're wasting time because
Yeah.
you have to deal with the tenant, deal with the repair, and then deal with the also landlord over like
Yeah.
$250. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense for any of the 3 parties
Yeah. So
because then it all gets delayed.
right. Yeah. Well, now you're talking about your tenants might get vindictive with you and
Mhm.
tear up more stuff. So I think we do 500 as we're gonna handle it. We'll notify you all that, but it's $500. Obviously, back then 300 was probably equivalent to 500.
Yeah.
So
Not more.
repairs, everything was so much cheaper back then. But we do 500. But we also like go back with equal or greater of value.
Yeah.
So that's something that like we kind of tell you, and that's something you want to ask if you're looking at property management companies. There's also these flat fee ones. Be very, very careful because they're typically not doing very much.
Yeah.
They're there, but they're not like they're charging you for everything. They're not really looking out for your property. I'd be very careful on those flat fee models.
Yeah. Well, and because like the whole point of it is so someone can manage your property and like actually know what's going on and actually look at it and make sure like they're not tearing up stuff or they're not
Yep.
everything's getting done the way it's supposed to when there is repairs, and then check on that and
Yep.
have some level of control there. Because if they don't, then what's the point of you not like? Then
Right.
It is what are you doing?
Right.
Then you're wasting 10%.
Yep.
Plus
Well,
repairs. and
Well,
all
but
that.
some of these flat fee companies, they'll do it for $100 a month. Like, that's I like,
Yeah.
and no first month's rent.
So then they're just screening tenants. Basically, that's it.
Yep, and then charging you.
Yeah.
Because then if there's an eviction, you have to pay them to do the eviction. If there's anything, you have to pay. Where we handle everything, any fee, we pass on to either the renter or the landlord.
Yeah.
But we handle everything.
Jeez. What's that from?
Got a bug bite.
What type of bug do you think it is?
I don't know, but I feel like it might be infected.
An infected bug bite?
Yeah. I mean, there's little white pus dots.
Interesting.
I think that's an infection, right?
Could be.
So what else would be important on property management?
Well, I think just, I don't really know. I think. So what?
What about reviews?
Yeah,
Property management normally has
they're
terrible
all going to be
reviews.
terrible reviews because it's usually going to be tenants who are ticked off or
Exactly.
landlords who are mad because
Yeah,
you passed a fee on to them and they're going to
yeah,
act like they didn't know that.
yeah. I'll say most of them are the renters. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You evict somebody, they're doing the review. Their spouse is doing the review. If their kid can do a review, they're making everybody do a review.
Yeah.
So I would say Google reviews are going to be really, really rough looking for property management.
Yep.
And if they're high, I would also say there's probably something going on there.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting in touch with Google and getting those.
Yeah.
taken
So,
off.
or they have it locked where it's no reviews or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, high property management reviews are very, very rare. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it is rare.
Well, it's just important if you are looking for that interview process of like, hey, what are you actually going to do? Just like
Yeah.
you're saying, like what happens, like that example of what they did to your tile is a great example for a question for a landlord who's he has like 3 properties. He's just done managing it, and he knows he did all the work on it. Okay, what do you do in these situations, right? Like you really need situational examples of what happens here, what happens here, what happens here, and then if they're kind of like spitballing on the fly, and you could tell, probably not like the best,
right?
Like if they don't have the actual policy in place to this is what we do. Then I think that is kind of the red flag.
And for renters, you need to use reputable companies
and local.
Gosh, do not go on Craigslist or whatever those Facebook. We've had so many tenants get ripped off, like possible tenants get ripped off. They said, well, I gave this guy money. I mean, there are scammers out there that will take a house that is for sale vacant, take the pictures, put it up for rent, and then get people to wire them the funds and say the key is going to be in a lockbox, and the person gets there and then calls us. We're like, this is not for rent.
Because your house is vacant because you don't need a list for the house.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll say, you just got taken. I'm sorry.
Well, what was that company, the renter who rented we were trying to sell that house, but he wanted to rent it so he could buy a different house. So he got his debt to income was lower. Because if he rented it out, then his debt to income would be lower, so he could qualify for the loan.
So he had a company rent it?
No, he had a client rent it. Like, I found him a renter for it. Anyways, they did that program with what was her name?
Like Divvy?
It was like Divvy, but it was a rent to own program that went bankrupt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know this.
No. It starts with a B.
I need to look that up.
Anyway, so their down payment, all their rent that was supposed to be going to their down, they went bankrupt. The company, so they lost all that money.
Oh no!
And they were paying like $3,000 in rent a month because a portion of it was going towards the down payment of the house.
Oh no!
And so then they're just like screwed.
But that actually will impact the owner because the owner is the one that has the contract with the renter. So the owner.
Well, the owner is that huge. Like it was one of those companies that owned
the house and then rented it. Yep. Oh, okay. But like that's something too. If you have a property management company and they're managing it for you, and they go bankrupt, and they have your security deposits and everything, you as the owner, you're out all that money. And if the renter moves out, you have to pay them back the money even though you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, I only said that to the big rental companies, if you can avoid those at any cost.
Yeah.
Like those big that's just all automated, all online. It's always going to take you 3 to 4 weeks to get anything fixed.
Yep.
Any issues you have is going to be a pain in the butt, but then any late payment, you're going to get charged day after. So it is, you need to get connected with an actual property management company, a local one. Hey, do you guys work with tenant placement, or do you guys have anything available? That's always going to be the better solution than just going on Zillow and trying to figure it out that way.
Yeah.
Same thing with any real estate, right? Whether you're buying or selling. If you're a tenant or a buyer, finding a local company to do it rather than going to Zillow is always going to be your better option, just for your future needs or service.
100%. And plus, when you have someone local, you can walk right in their office.
Yeah.
And be like, what the heck? All these virtual companies, go try to find a broker of one of them.
The tenant at our house, she comes in and pays at our office.
Yeah.
Walks in our office with her check.
Yeah.
Every month.
Every single month.
No, does that make sense? No, but
No, she could easily just pay it online.
Right.
But it's very nice to see her lovely face.
It is.
But yes. So high level, find local. Make sure you understand what the property management company is going to do for you. As a renter, make sure that it is through an actual property management company, not this online stuff where you can't see and touch someone.
Right.
Don't do it.
Yep.
If you have any other questions on property management, let us know. Watkins Real Estate doesn't do property management, but we do own a company that does. So we'd be more than happy to connect you.
Yeah. When I think in the future, when we get our Tesla, I think we should probably property management will have either Rudy, Christy, or Marcy.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have I think that will be kind of the best solution too, to actually like, hey, we actually do this every day.
Yeah.
These are the actual better tips and tricks on it.
Yep.
But,
Yeah, I'm just an owner. I don't really know everything they do, but I know it's great.
Yeah. They're doing their job.
Especially Marcy. Way to go, Marcy, on all the new properties.
She's killing it.
There she is. All right. Follow us on
YouTube at the Commute Pod, on Instagram at the commute.pod. Give us a review on Spotify. We got 4 reviews, 5 stars.
Ooh! Did Jackie do one of those?
Probably.
Shout out to Jackie.
Our loyal patron.
Is it patron or patron? Patreon.
Same thing. Patreon is the website.
Oh.
Patron is like the
person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the people consuming your product.
Yeah.
Like if you're at a restaurant,
I'm a patron.
they're your patrons.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was
my tummy hurts.
that was a rough little bump there.
Is that what that was from? Because I just felt my tummy go woof.
But that's the commute.
All right.
We're about 5 minutes away
from our
Southland.
flips.
Yeah.
Yay. All right. Commute's out.